Open Sourcery Directus. Narration asterisk. Contentful charges you per user. Contentful charges you per API call. Contentful charges you for every extra environment. Directus is free. Directus has no user limits. Directus has no API call limits. Directus has no environment caps. 36,000 stars on GitHub. $0 to download. You run Directus with one command. Docker compose upd, that is it, no cloud signup, no credit card, no email verification. The container boots, your PostgreSQL database connects automatically. Your admin panel appears in the browser. You are now a headless CMS operator. Directus reads your database schema. Every table becomes an API endpoint. Every row becomes a JSON object. You do not model content in a separate interface. You model content in SQL. Directus mirrors your database exactly. Add a column. The API updates instantly. No migrations, no redeploy, no cache flush. The tech stack is Node.js for the backend, Vue.js for the admin panel, PostgreSQL for storage. Every component is open source. You host it yourself. You control the data. You control the uptime. You control the version. You are not renting software, you own it. The features are practical. Instant REST API, Instant GraphQL API, real-time WebSocket subscriptions, role-based access control, file storage on local disk or S3, image transformations with Sharp, custom dashboards, email templates, webhook triggers, all built in, no plugins required. You can extend Directus with flows. Flows are visual automations, trigger on create, trigger on update, trigger on schedule, send data to Slack, send data to Stripe, send data to anywhere with HTTP, no code needed. You can write custom endpoints, you can write custom hooks, you can embed Vue components in the admin panel. The entire interface is modular. Directus replaces Contentful, Directus replaces Strapi, Directus replaces Firebase. It does more than Strapi because Strapi generates a fixed API. Directus adapts to your existing database. Strapi requires content types defined in its admin. Directus reads your relational schema directly. You bring your own database design, you bring your own indexing, you bring your own constraints. Directus respects them. The reality is direct. Directus is mature. First commit 7 years ago, thousands of production deployments. The documentation is thorough, the community is active. Issues get closed within days, pull requests get merged within weeks. What is missing? No built-in caching layer. You configure Redis yourself, no built-in search engine. You integrate Elasticsearch yourself, no multi-tenancy out of the box. You isolate databases yourself. These are not flaws, these are design decisions. Directus stays flexible, you choose the stack. The upgrade path is clear. Start with SQLite for testing. Move to PostgreSQL for production. Add Redis for performance. Add Nginx for load balancing. Add Docker Swarm for scaling. Every step is documented. Every step is free. Directus is not a product. Directus is a tool. You shape it. You do not adapt to it. You define the schema. You define the permissions. You define the UI. The API follows your logic. The admin follows your structure. Go to github.com/directus/directus. Star the repository. Subscribe to Open Sourcery. Comment your use case. Directus works for blogs. Directus works for e-commerce. Directus works for internal tools. Directus works for enterprise. Zero cost, zero lock-in, zero friction. The database is yours. The API is yours. The control is yours. Directus gives you the interface. You give Directus the data. That is the trade. That is the deal. That is open source done right.